This is my Palantir thesis in one chart. The more clients Palantir acquires, the more valuable Palantir becomes. The faster Palantir acquires new customers, the more valuable Palantir becomes. Easy. And that's what we see from this picture. The client acquisition was quite steady until recently, when Palantir launched AIP. Rather than spending 7 months, 2 months, now Palantir can get a new customer in only a matter of days. 2, 3, 5 days, it doesn't matter. Days. Great. But what if this chart is already wrong? What if Palantir can now surprise us even more? Last week, and I would say quite quietly, Palantir released this new portal, AIPNow. We show, they tell. And here we see a lot of industries, aerospace, automotive, construction, energy, essentially all the industries, and a lot of functions. Customer service, developer framework, finance, human resources, operations. So essentially, there is almost everything. This seems like a menu of use case, where use case is essentially a corporate problem which can be deployed to unlock value in the business. How it works? Well, let's say I want to have AI for demand forecasting in my business. Boom, I tap forecast and I get here AIP for demand forecasting. I have a brief presentation, an overview of the use case, and boom, request. And this brings me to be contacted from a forward deployment engineer. Okay, and how much it takes? Well, Sham shared here that with AIP, you can deliver value in 8 hours, no longer than 2 weeks, how it was previously. But now, with AIPNow, this could be even 10 minutes. Wow. So we went from 6 months, 2 months, 5 days last year, a couple of days, and now minutes, 8 minutes. How it is possible? Well, we got a precious hint from the latest AIPCon. Maybe this went quite unnoticed, but not to us.
And skip straight to build. So I'm going to drop my ideas and my notes in whatever form into AIP to begin the process of turning them into use cases. AIP logic will facilitate the handoff between multiple LLMs to work on any structured or unstructured data that I've provided. And in this case, a vision-based model extracts the entities from a picture of the whiteboard at this bootcamp and starts mapping these to a repository of products. This enables us to draw on the Palantir Builder community, one that you're all going to experience here today at AIPCon. This community is solving complex, impactful operational challenges and choosing to feed their solutions back into product, becoming an asset to all of you. So why reinvent the wheel when you can learn from others? And why just learn when you can build? So with potential use cases identified from my bootcamp, this is mapped against Palantir's marketplace to identify available products linked to notionalized case studies of similar deployments across industries, bringing us right up to today. Every keynote and public demo is easily linked to from each use case, and this is a rich network of ideas and potential value, all stemming from that one whiteboard. But we don't stop there. Once I've identified my use case, I want to move from learning to building. AIP can generate a solution design for me on the spot, mapping this newfound context to my company, my enterprise, my ontology, and my existing data connections. And if I'm happy with this, we can jump straight into a deployable version of this workflow. With one click, I can jump into the user apps and start exploring a notional version of this product. This deployment packages up everything I need to get started: a notional ontology, AIP logic, automate, and front-end user applications. I can explore, build my intuition, and actually start testing the solution live. This is now an asset that I can start editing as well. I can start tweaking the ontology, feeding my own data in, editing the logic, making it custom to my enterprise. Building on this foundation gives me everything that I need to start moving fast and getting to production quicker, faster than ever before. This is going from an idea to a use case in a matter of seconds. And this is just one example. A multitude of use cases are already available on this marketplace, and I'm very excited to announce that exclusively for AIPCon attendees, workflows inspired by every keynote you've just seen on this stage are available to deploy to your Palantir instance today.
Bravo! So you see how everything gravitates towards this idea of a marketplace. What Palantir seems to be doing is creating an app store of applications, but for enterprise applications, not customer applications which are relatively easy. They want to take complex use cases, as Sham shared here, solving complex enterprise challenges across industries and functions with a click. So imagine if you are a corporate, a government, a complex organization, and you can solve a huge problem, $1 million problems or even more, with the ease of a click. That's the mission Palantir wants to achieve. And they have 20 years of experience for building solutions that work. They always been criticized for, oh, you are a consultancy, but what Palantir was trying to do was learning, building the knowledge to solve use cases. So what we have been seeing is Palantir is gradually learning how to productize all the knowledge they built over these 20 years of solving problems. It is productizing the knowledge that they have, and productizing the knowledge means creating archetypes you can deploy for similar use cases. So you see how this AIPNow is essentially the menu of the use cases that Palantir was able already to deploy to customers that face similar problems. And rather than building from scratch every time, so rather than inventing the wheel each time, once you have the structure of a problem, let's say Airbus is probably facing similar problems of Boeing. Now there is a lot of difference between the two, but in terms of problems, what one company has in industry, probably also the competitors have that kind of problems. So the ability to solve these problems and solving them easily can be the matter of survival. So that's what Palantir tries to do. The guy was mentioning a lot of time the marketplace, and you see how this menu of use cases seems a marketplace per se. I think they are very connected, but they're not exactly the same thing. This seems more a way with which an external enterprise, so not a customer yet, can become a customer easily, while the marketplace seems more a product tailored toward already existing customers. Let's have a look at this quick video from last year. Hey,
Palantir partners with customers across industries to build impactful data assets and workflows in Palantir Foundry. These assets deliver compelling value to individual teams and enterprises. But we asked, why stop there? Introducing Foundry's Marketplace Developer Suite, which allows users to build and distribute products as SaaS. From healthcare operations, semiconductor supply chain, and aviation manufacturing, customers have created their own ecosystems to publish and distribute data products. With modularity backed by Foundry's ontology, Marketplace handles the infrastructure of distribution and application updates. Enterprises can instead focus on building a compelling data product that their customers can discover and install as SaaS. Learn more at palantir.com.
Data product. That word matters a lot, because a data product is something that you can craft and then you can share. So imagine all these use cases means that there is an archetype, a way to solve a specific problem, and then rather than starting from scratch each time Palantir needs to try to help a customer to solving that problem, Palantir already has that way of solving the problem. And then you can fill that archetype with the specific needs structure of the customer. The customer is happy, okay, the customer starts building new applications to solve their own problems. Great. What customers can do now is package these solutions as a product and sell this solution as a product to other companies. So imagine what this means is that Palantir doesn't want only to solve the problem of customers. They want to create that the entire infrastructure with which once a problem is solved, that can be packaged into a product with a specific domain. So companies can build their own solutions. The idea behind this is that a legacy company has zero software awareness, but they have a lot of domain expertise. So for instance, Airbus knows specific lines of their business, but they don't know how to softwareize it. Well, with Palantir, they can make the solutions they build to solve their specific business problems into a package, into a SaaS product, and then sell it to the marketplace. So Palantir is essentially creating liquidity for use cases. And the beautiful thing about this is that Palantir can do this because they have 20 years of compounded knowledge into solving problems. They solve problems, they unlock business value. They don't just create a product pushed by sales that solve no real business output. So Palantir is dramatically changing, and this AIPNow can dramatically change the direction of the company, because if now it takes 5 days and Palantir was already able to become faster, with AIPNow, if this shrinks to 8 minutes, there are 2 consequences. Actually, 3 consequences I underscored here. This removed the bottleneck of AIP bootcamps. Now bootcamps are constrained by the number of FDEs, but since this is an online platform, an FDE can deal with multiple requests at the same time, so they remove the bottleneck AIP bootcamps are facing. Second, there is less discrimination between small medium enterprises and large customers. So far, Palantir has been focused on large customers because their FDEs, forward deployment engineers, are very valuable, are relatively few, and it is a waste of time and money if they go to smaller customers. But this is an online platform, is not completely automatized, but brings us to the third point. This makes Palantir one step closer to what CodeStrap shared since the beginning. He wants to deploy Foundry with a credit card. And we are not there yet, but it seems we are very close from that. Now we see that when you make the request, then you'll be contacted by a Palantir guy. So if I click here request, I need to fill a form and I'll be contacted. Okay. But what if this could be completely automatized after 10 times, 50 times, 1,000 times? A forward deployment engineer does this, and all this process can in turn be automatized as well. So Palantir, the consultancy company, how many SaaS experts call it, turns out to be a very software company, and not only a very software company, actually the company that could solve the most complex use cases with a click. So will Palantir change the direction of this arrow with a click? If you liked this click, please click the like button, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Ciao!